And now the multi-talented Matt Hunsaker will approach his comedy.
Thanks, Brady. How you guys doing? All right, let's start this off with a little potty humor. Our school has a pooping problem. And it's not as simple as widespread constipation. In fact, it's quite the opposite, actually. Apparently, there are a fair number of students at our school who feel that they can poop wherever they feel like it. Someone just pooped in the pool. Another person pooped and smeared it on a windshield. And, of course, we have our beloved unipooper, who, for those of you who don't know, pooped in the urinals and smeared it on the walls. But what I find even more disturbing than that is the way that our administration's responded to this. Because if you go around school, you'll notice that a lot of the bathrooms are just completely locked up. Doesn't it seem like the exact opposite response we'd want for a group of students who don't know where to poop in the first place? Like, that's access to the toilets. Someone go, yeah, well, that one kid doesn't want to poop in the right spot. No one else can either. Speaking of stuff in the school, though, I walked into school a couple weeks back around daylight savings time, and the first thing that I see was one of our vice principals standing up in a chair, changing back the clock, and I thought, is that his job description? Like, did you get sat down at a meeting and someone say, all right, 3 tasks. Enforce law and order, keep the students in line, and maintain daylight savings time. Does anyone think it's weird that at a public pool, when lightning strikes, you have to get out of the water for 20 minutes, but they recommend you wait 30 when you eat a sandwich? So I noticed that people use the term a broken record for 2 very opposite reasons. One of them is used if someone has done something that no one else in the history of the world has ever done before, like when Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's home run record. The other definition of a broken record means to do something over and over and over again repeatedly, like when Barry Bonds broke the home run record by repeatedly injecting himself with steroids. So I was looking through my friend's new iPhone the other day, and I noticed they have some pretty weird apps in these things. There's one called iFart, which I'm not kidding you, is a library of just farting sounds. To me, this is unnecessary. There's another one called Hold On, where there's a button, and you hold on. This tells you if you have too much time on your hands. But it makes me wonder what they're going to be coming out with in a couple of years, because you know they're going to run out of these ideas, and the next ones will just get crazier and less practical. Need to learn Mandarin Chinese in 8 seconds? There's an app for that. Forgot your pants again? There's an app for that too. Need a place to bury the body? You should be on your iPhone. Has anyone ever gotten a drink from a water fountain as you're standing there, you're just enjoying the drink, and you hear off in the distance somewhere just like a whoosh, just toilet flush, and just as you hear that ever so slightly, the water pressure on the water fountain just down a little bit. It's not a comfortable feeling. I don't know anything about plumbing, but I would feel much more comfortable getting a drink of water if those pipes were not connected in any direction. So we had a political season a couple weeks back too, and I find it amazing the lengths that people will go to ruin another person's campaign. Like, have you seen the ads they got on TV where it's all in black and white, which means they're up to something, and they come on with that voice, a really slanderous, condescending one that's like, is this the man you want running your country? It doesn't matter what they say in that voice, no matter how innocent or nice it seems, because no matter what it is, the guy's just going to sound like a jerk. This man donates to charity. Oh, really, Congressman? This man visited the shelter twice. Speaking of political stuff, though, you know what's amazing is that it's been almost a year since President Bush left office, and this is the man who said things such as, it's hard to put food on your family, and I believe humans and fish can coexist peacefully in this world. And, of course, the classic, there's an old saying down in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, goes, fool me once, shame on you, but you can't fool me again. But I think whether you agree with his policies or what he did in office, or if he even did anything, you got to wonder what he's been doing post-presidency. So I looked it up online, and it turns out he's not doing much. In my opinion, not a bad idea. Turns out he's actually writing a book, though. I don't know about you, but I picture a scratch and sniff pop-up book with not a lot of words longer than 5 letters. A lot of people do different things after political office, though. You had, Bill Clinton kept doing political stuff, and Jimmy Carter went and won some Nobel Peace Prize, and then after Al Gore won the presidency for one night, he went and did all this global warming stuff. Can you picture George Bush as an advocate for climate change? Mr. President, what do you think is the cause of global warming? All right, I'm going to come right out and say this, okay? You're going to think I'm crazy. Cause of global warming? Bears. Big bears. Okay? Hey, hear me out on this. Every time you see a polar ice cap melt, all right, you're not seeing the polar bear drowning. They're swimming to their secret underwater lairs and plotting to destroy the world, and more importantly, America. Okay? And what you're going to see is their grizzly bear cousins aren't getting killed by the trees falling down with the deforestation, okay? What's happening is they're going to their underground lairs, okay? And they're using the timber to build weapons of mass destruction, which aren't invisible this time, okay? And then everyone's like, oh, look at the panda bears, they're going extinct, okay? Panda bears aren't going extinct. What you see is less of them above ground, because more of them are below ground and plotting to destroy the world. All right? They're the most advanced bear civilization yet. I'm scared, and I was president of the world. But I wouldn't propose this problem if I didn't have a solution. All right, so here's what I got. We breed giant hamsters to run on big energy wheels. Okay? You see the little ones running around on those little wheels. We got to scalificate that up to a big size, and we got to fight the bear apocalypse. Okay? And I'm not quite sure how to do this, but I just got a new iPhone, and I hear there's an app for that. Thanks,